Okay, so I have this issue where I have this beautiful window that gets lovely light, but my windowsill is only 3 inches wide. And I have this flower pot with a lovely aloe plant in it that I am trying to find a home for. But the top of the flower pot is about 4 inches in diameter, and it's just not working where I can't balance that pot well enough on my window ledge. Especially as the aloe gets bigger, it's going to have issues. So we're going to 3D print a solution here. So I'm going to grab, first off, actually, since I'm talking in inches, I'm going to switch my grid from inches or from millimeters to inches so we can all be speaking the same language here. Next thing I want to do is grab a box, and I'm going to make this box a 1/4 inch tall. And let's see, the box needs to be, let's say, 4 inches wide. And I moved it all the way over there. Nope. Oh, I moved it. Sorry. The box needs to be 4 inches wide. Better. And we're going to say it needs to be. How about we make it 5 inches long? Now, the next thing we need to do is create an actual flower pot for our plant to go in. So I'm going to grab this cone. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take my work plane, put it on top here. Take this cone, put it here. And then I'm going to flip my cone. We want to flip it 180 degrees. Alright, next thing. I don't want it to be 1 inch tall. I want this thing, let's actually say 10 inches tall. And I want the base of my cone to be 4 inches by 4 inches. Alright, now we got to zoom out because this is way too big. Oh, I don't want to adjust the height just yet. Alright, now we're going to put that right there near the front. And I'm going to take this cone here, and we're just going to sink it right in to that piece. That's starting to look pretty nice. Alright, so that's sunk in. Next thing I want to do is rotate the entire piece 180 degrees. So I'm going to take my work plane and put it back on top of that red piece. Alright, now I'm going to take my box, drop it on, make it big. See how the box is completely around the cone? Now I can highlight the cone, the red piece in the box, group it all together, and I've cut that apart. Next step is to just throw the work plane back where it belongs. Rotate that back around, and then move that back on the work plane. Now I can hit the home button. Alright, this is what I'm looking at right now. So I have this cone, alright, on a platform. Alright, so that's all looking good. I'm going to ungroup it because there's a few things that I want to take care of real quick. Is select only the cone, Control C, Control V, now I have two. And we're going to offset this by hitting Command up a little bit. Align, center. So everything's centered. Now I'm going to raise this up a little bit more. And I'm going to increase our sides. And you know what? Let me do it on this too. This gives it more of a rounded, nice appearance. Now, I want to take this cone, hold down Shift, take this cone, align, centered there, center like that. Alright, so see how it's now centered all around every side. And you know what? I'm going to drop this a couple more inches there, or quarters of inches. Now I'm going to highlight, actually now I'm going to click on that, make that a hole, highlight the whole thing, and group. Alright, so I obviously did something wrong here because I cut my hole all the way through the bottom, and that's not going to be good as far as a flower pot is concerned, is it? So I'm going to undo that group. Alright, so now I've moved my piece over on the side, right? I'm going to make this a hole as well and group these three pieces together. Now I'm going to highlight these, align, center, and I'm going to slowly just inch this forward so it wraps the entire piece, and then hopefully, alright. Now I can also pull it back a little bit to there. Now we've got that under control. So we have the hole covered at the bottom, that in the front. And you know what? Let's take this shape here and increase the radius a little bit, because that'll look kind of nice if we make that more rounded. Okay. And then let's make it a little longer. So you can kind of get a feel for everything. I'll move that to the front, but I actually want to move that all the way to the front like that. Good. It's looking pretty. Now look at that. When we increase the radius, that kind of came through the bottom, so we're going to move that up a bit. Oops. And I'm going to raise that up to half an inch because I want to make sure it's thick enough to hold the weight we're giving it. And then this, we're going to just change this real quick to 3 inches by 3 inches because that's how big my ledge is. So we're going to cut about that much off of it. No need to make this bigger than I have to. Highlight the whole thing, group it. And then the last trick to make this thing work is we're going to take a cylinder and we're going to change the cylinder to 0.2 inches by 0.2 inches. Put it here. Actually, you know what? We're going to highlight. We're going to align. Put it in the center. And then we're going to Control C, Control V. I have 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. And now what those two holes will represent are guide holes for screws so I can screw this flower pot into my windowsill.